Good morning, Year 4. We're now going to do our English, and hopefully you will have done the lesson from yesterday. I hope you have. I've seen a couple. They're really, really, really good. But our learning objective for this morning is to use text type features in writing. And our success criteria are: I'm able to use the features to write the first two paragraphs of my myth. I can use the correct structure to write my myth. And I can make some quality language choices. So today, everybody, is our first writing day. We're going to write the first two paragraphs of our myth. And we need to remember to introduce our characters and our setting. And the main things that we need to write today. I have an example here of a sort of an opening paragraph of a myth that we could potentially use. And it's a Greek myth, so I keep on the theme, doing some Greek myths. So Zeus ruled over all the other gods and goddesses of ancient Greece, but he had to defeat his father Cronus to gain power. Years before, Cronus had swallowed Zeus's brothers and sisters, Hestia, Poseidon, Hades, Demeter, and Hera, until they were rescued. The siblings banded together against Cronus and his brothers and sisters, called the Titans. This is the story of their epic battle. So it's kind of an introduction to the story is what we're going to be doing first. But before we get started on our writing, you need to make sure you've got your plan. Here is my plan from yesterday, my amazing drawings. So I have my generic statements over here, have my amazing pictures in the middle, and my bullet point planning for my story. So you're going to need this and refer back to it. That's what you need to plan, and you need this to write your myth. Go over to the whiteboard. Move this. And stop the share. Hopefully. Woo, I can see. Good technology. So, we are going to start writing our myth. And on my plan over here, it says introducing our two main characters. So my main character, I've got a son and his mother. And I've decided that I'm not going to give the mother a name. She's going to be known as Mother. And I've decided that my main character is going to be called Jake. So I'm going to start with my first sentence that I'll be introducing where the story is going to be set. And I've decided that my story, where Jake and his mother live, is in a small house on the edge of a forest. So I'm going to write, excuse the poor handwriting, and I will move it all closer for you. In a small house on the outskirts, that means on the outer part. I'll move that so you can see it better, maybe. In a small house on the outskirts of a village. Lived Jake and his mother. Full stop. So here I've introduced my main character and where they live. So now I might add in a little bit about the forest. So that my village is just outside the forest. And this is our first sentence. And within our story, we're going to have a maximum of 5 sentences in a paragraph. So not too many. We're only going to be writing 2 paragraphs today. So that'll be a maximum of 10 sentences. So that's all cool. Okay. The village is located by a forest. Have a full stop there. Maybe you might want to talk about your characters a little bit more. So I'm going to talk about maybe Jake and what he gets up to. So I would write Jake and his mother were very happy. But sometimes Jake got a little bored. I'm sure we all know how that is at the minute, feeling a little bit bored, not really going to out to be able to do anything. So I'm bringing in a little bit of our current sort of climate into it slightly. I'm going to put, this isn't the end of my sentence, I'm going to put a comma there. So a little bit of a break. Oh, wrong. No capital letter then, please. He wanted to go and explore the big, wide world. Full stop. So I've introduced my main characters, where they live, the setting, and I've also introduced a little bit about Jake and who he is, as he is my main character. So, and hopefully I say this, hopefully you watched Friday's lesson where we did some speech. And so I'm now going to bring in a little bit of speech into my paragraph. And so who can remember what you need to start a bit of speech? And if you said inverted commas, speech marks, then you are correct. I've got my first set of inverted commas over here. I'll put a photo of this up on the website as well, but make sure you have your correct punctuation there. And I'm going to say start capital letter. Remember, please may I go to the forest? Question mark, because it's a question to please may I go. So that's question, so put our question mark in and then finish our speech, because that's all I'm going to say. So we're going to close the speech with another set of inverted commas. And Jake asked, I'm going to overact and make it a little bit over exaggerated. Jake asked for the 10th time that morning. So, and I'm going to think, I want his mother to respond. So, hopefully you'll remember to use your inverted commas again. So, use your 66 at the start and your 99 when you close the speech. That's how I remember doing it. So, I'm just going to put blankly, no, close my speech. Replied, she's replying to him. Jake's, and I've got my apostrophe because it's his mother. Mother forcefully. And I want to carry on, so it's a little bit of broken speech. Replied Jake's mother forcefully. Bit more speech, 66, first set of inverted commas. It is too dangerous. Spoken a little bit about forest and how it's a bit more dangerous. And now, because I like to add a little bit of human maybe into it. And anyway, comma, You have not had any lunch yet. So I did a little bit in to my myth. What am I writing next? Close my speech. And now I'm going to go down because she has finished talking. Jake sighed. He goes, oh. Jake sighed. And walked back to his house. But, so I'm using my connective conjunction, but then he had a bright idea. I'm going to use some speech again. So remember, we need to have our inverted commas. Bright idea. What if we both go? Question mark. So what if we both go? You can phrase that as a question. What if we both go? I can't get hurt if you are with me. Close my speech with 99. The other set of inverted commas. His mother rolled her eyes and nodded. Jake smiled widely. So, wide smile. Smiled widely. And hugged his mother tightly. There we go. So that's my first paragraph. I will put it all on the website for you so you can have a look at it. But remember, you're not basing it off what I'm writing, but you're basing it on what you've done in your plan. I'm just showing you how to turn your planning into a nice bit of writing. So, go back to the share quickly. Moving on from our first paragraph, we've got that written. Go down here. And we're now having a bit of a carry-on from our story. And so it's carrying on our myth here, our Greek myth that I'm using here. It said, war began and continued as wars will do. For 10 years, the battle scorched the earth, smoked the skies, sullied the waters, bitter as bile, it wore away at everyone's spirits. Until Gaia, the earth mother who had started all life, told Zeus he would win if he liberated her other children, his misshapen uncles and his one-eyed uncles, all cast by his father Cronus into the underworld. Zeus never wasted a moment in second thoughts. He freed the 3 brothers with 50 heads and 100 hands each. He freed 3 cyclops, giants, each of whom had a single eye. So we're carrying on with our story now. See, this is a carry on from our first paragraph. So the share. Oh, I'm back. So now we're going to write our second myth, our second paragraph for our myth, I should say. I even changed my colour. Make it a bit more exciting. So I'm going to start. So where we finished off, he was going in to make his lunch with his mum, and his mum said that they could go to the forest together. That's where we finished off. So I'm going to start off with only an hour later. So I'm talking about time, and I'm bringing time into it to give it sort of, I suppose. Only an hour later, Jake was pulling his mother's arm dragging her towards the forest. Going to add a little bit of speech again. So I've got my 66. Hurry up, mother. Being a little bit bossy. Hurry up, mother. We don't want to miss anything. Close speech with the other set of inverted commas. Now, going to counter finish the speech, we're going to go down part of it. Jake's mother laughed and followed after her son. Full stop. They made their way into the forest where my creature is going to be. It's going to be in the forest, comma, walking amongst the tall trees and rustling leaves. Now hopefully, if you're listening along and if you've got the pictures up of this, you'll be able to see tall trees. Can anybody remember what poetic device or what literate English device that is? And if you're saying alliteration, perfect. So we've got a little bit of alliteration in there. You can bring in these things from your poetry lessons or other English lessons into this to make it a little more exciting. So we'll stop. Suddenly, comma, they heard a noise. Jake and his mother shared a look. Both deciding that they should find out where the noise was coming from. Perfect. So, walking slowly, that's adverb, and carefully, another adverb, towards the noise comma, they hid behind a tree. Full stop. Oh no, comma. And they were shocked. Shocked is quite, they were shocked by what they had found. Had found. Full stop. There was a hydra. Ooh, hydra. There's my mythical creature. I'm bringing my mythical creature at the end of my second paragraph. There was a hydra curled up at the foot. The foot means at the bottom. So at the bottom of the tree, at the foot of the tree, at the foot of a huge tree. Full stop. That's the end of my second paragraph. So in my first paragraph, I introduced the characters, where they lived. In my second paragraph, we started to learn a little bit more about the character. We've got some speech. I brought it into the second setting. So rather than spending it all in the village, I went from the village to the forest. And our mythical creature, our hydra. And can anybody remember what a hydra is? And if you said it's a snake, the body of a four-legged animal, about 4 heads, then you are absolutely bang on. I'll go back to my share. So that is our English for today. We have started writing our myth. We've done the first 2 paragraphs of our myth. I'll put pictures of mine on the website as well so you can see what it looks like. And hopefully I can't wait to see what sort of myths that you've written and you can share with us tomorrow. Goodbye.